Hi, welcome back. This is the beginning of my new series, A Tag a Day. And actually, I started yesterday, which was December 1st, in my live stream. And for those of you that joined me, it may be a little bit of a recap, but for those that don't want to hang out in a live craft and chat, this is just an overview. So I'm going to do a tag a day from now. I'm hoping for a whole year. So we'll see how long we'll see how long my attention span holds. But the tags that I focused on, obviously I made more than one tag, and the idea is just about making small art. It's really not about the specific thing. So if you don't want to do a tag, you want to do something else, that's fine. But for me, I like tags. So I'm going to just show you what I did yesterday, and we'll make a tag today. So I worked with texture paste yesterday, and we made our own texture paste. So what it entails is creating your own texture paste, or if you have store-bought texture paste, using it, a PVA glue, paint, acrylic paint. This is cheap, really inexpensive acrylic paint, and baking soda. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use for my tag, or to texture my tag today. You also need a stencil of some type and your tag. So I enjoy making tags from packaging. So this is what I'm going to make my tags with. And so first we'll make our texture paste. So you need a small container. Now I usually only make enough for one sitting because I find that it doesn't last. It doesn't have any preservatives in it. And if you guys find something different than what I do, please share it. So I'm going to use 1 spoon of baking soda. You can see it's so exact, right? 1 spoon of acrylic paint. Now yesterday my texture paste was a little runnier than I liked it, so today I'm going to put a little less of everything in it. And then 1/2 spoon of PVA glue. That one's a little bit more than 1/2, but we'll see. You definitely need the glue. The paint you could do without. You could also color it any color you want to. I'm just doing white today because I'm making snowflakes. You want to mix it really, really well. Now, you can use talcum powder. You could also use cornstarch. I just used what I had, which was baking soda. You need a palette knife or a little butter knife. You can, use throwaway knives if you want, the butter knives, plastic. You want to mix it up really well. So I made my own stencils for this, and I made my own stencils out of recycled packaging. And for those of you that are new to me, it's fairly mixed up. Do you see? Those that are new to me, I like to make everything, or as much of my art supplies as possible, out of recycled materials. So these are all, product packaging that I've used. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually spread some paint on my product packaging. I'm going to spread it on with a credit card. You can use whatever you have. I'm not going to try to cover it up totally, but I am going to spread it thin enough so that I get a little coverage. I get a little coverage. So this is kind of I wasn't thinking about it when I decided that I was going to do this series. I wasn't thinking that it would start in December, but it's kind of a good time, especially if you make tags and stuff like that, or you have gift tags you want to make. You can make these pieces of small art and add them to your gifts. For me, I'm just making them for the sake of art. I may add them to a gift or not. Also, you could hang on your Christmas tree if you do a holiday tree. At some point during the series, we're going to make a tag book as well, a book to store your tags. And if you go back and look at some of my old videos, I've already made one probably a year or so ago. But just fun. So just cover your tag. You want to get some coverage, unless you really like the packaging that's underneath. If you want it to if you don't want anyone to know or to see that you've used product packaging, then you might want to do 2 coats. I'm using a gift card or a credit card because I think it just spreads it thin, but and I'm not going to worry about whether it's perfect or not because I'm going to paint on top of it anyway. And I had some book pages under here from my crafting extravaganza yesterday because of all the extra texture paste I had. I didn't want it to get on my paper bag craft mat. Okay, so you want to let those dry. I'm going to use a heat gun so that I can move on to the next stage. The idea of a tag a day is just an exercise in making art, giving yourself permission every single day to spend 15 minutes making art. It's really all it is. And for me, I find it less intimidating than, say, having to do a larger canvas or even, an art journal layout. Because I can add these tags to later projects, put them on gifts, give them to friends, or just journal on the back to commemorate wherever I was at that moment in time when I created the art. Okay, so I have all 4 of my tags dry, or almost dry. Now what I found yesterday was, it was fun. I did a bunch of different ones. We're going to make one similar to this. What I found fun is I used some recycled packaging. This came from some medication. I hurt my shoulder, so it came from like this patch that you put on your shoulder. And I cut the plastic did. And I used a die cutting machine and cut it. You could also cut it freehand. This came from the bottom of a salad box, like a salad container. And I like to recycle whenever I can. So I think maybe I'm going to use this one today. So I also have the positives and negatives of all of the snowflakes that I cut out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the actual positives of the snowflakes, and I'm going to do what I did here, do a little masking. Kind of into this neon thing. I got this new neon colors, and they're from Americana, Deco Arts Americana neons. I'm a little bit into them. So I'm going to use those for my background stamping. And I'm going to use as my tool a dried white. So all you need to do is lay whatever mask you're using down your positives of the positive space of your die cuts or stencils, and I'm just going to rub the paint around it so that you'll see something behind it. This is just making a quick background for the art that's going to go on top. Now, I'm not going to try to cover it all. I don't think it needs to have all of it covered. But you get the general idea, right? Looks kind of cool. This is a quick, fun way if you wanted to make some gift tags for your family as well. Kind of fun. Now, you can also go back and use these pieces, the snowflakes themselves, in future projects. You can use them as journaling embellishments. You can make earrings out of them if you wanted to. I mean, there's no right or wrong. Do what works for you. I'm in love with these neon colors, though. Right now, this is like my new thing. I had loved neon colors anyway, but just got some new ones, and so some new paints. You know what it's like when you get a new toy, right? And seeing as most of my art supplies come from recycled things, it's kind of fun to to use to enjoy the new paints that I got and my recycled parts. Okay, so once you like what you have down, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me add some pink up here. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Use the colors that you like. These are going to do an overlay on top. Don't get so caught up in the perfection of it all, okay? So I have these two done now, and I'm going to use the heat gun one more time to hit it. Okay, now I'm going to use the stencil-y part of my stencil, the opening part, the negative part. And, I'm going to decide, I think I'm going to put one here. This is the fun part. Use your texture paste. You want it to be kind of thin. Spread it thin with your palette knife. You don't want to pick your stencil up while you're using it. You want to leave it flush down. Okay, spread it. You want to spread it in all of in the opening of your stencil, or in any part that you want to show up. If you find that your texture paste, your homemade texture paste is too runny, add more of the powder, be it cornstarch, baking soda, whatever you choose to use. And if you have store-bought texture paste, that also works great too. You want to pick it straight up if you can. If you don't like it, you can always scrape it off and start again. It's not 100% perfect, but that's okay. And I'm going to add a little bit more down here on the bottom. I'm going to do a partial snowflake. Now you can go back and paint on top of these after they completely dry. I kind of like the way they look now. I'm thinking I may add some glitter paint to them. I don't know. But you guys get the idea, right? Just something fun and simple. Okay. Want to let it completely dry. And you can also use lightly sand and use some sandpaper on these as well after you're done. So this is tag number 1, and let me work on tag number 2. Let me use these two. I haven't used these stencils yet. These are newer ones, the ones that I just made from the bottom of the salad box. I like repurposing things that would end up in a landfill, so. And not all plastic is equal, which until you really start getting into recycling, I don't think you really know that not all plastic is equal. You want to try and lift it straight up if you can. Nice. I like that one. What do you guys think? I think it came out good. And then I may add another partial one down here. Now you can keep reusing your stencils if you wash them. And once this texture paste dries on your paper, it's really sturdy. You can, however, wash it off of peel it off your utensils and your plastic bits. And you can keep reusing your texture paste until you're done with that batch. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick texture paste everywhere now. Quick look at today's tags. These would be a great addition to your packages a great addition to your holiday tree or just to a birthday gift. If you, find a different, make a different stencil, or if you have a different stencil, use it. Anyway, that's my tag for today. I also want to let you guys know today is December 2nd, and I want to let you know that today's energy work, I promised last night in my live stream that I would share the link with the free energy work sessions that I offer, and the link will be included in this video in the description box below. And the energy work starts tonight, and it's 30 days of free energy work. Anyway, as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so much aloha. Happy creating. Take care. Aloha.